Good afternoon, everyone. I'm very happy to be presenting at UKNOF48 in Manchester, which is my home city. My name is Rebecca Class-Peter, and I'm the Events and Operations Coordinator for EuroIX. And today I am going to be presenting on a new kind of peer, introducing the peering toolbox. Slide 2, please. Before I go to talk about what the Peering Toolbox project is, I'd like to give a little bit of background about why it was created. So, we all understand the traditional role that IXPs played in providing internet transit to organizations in the early days. And some of the reasons for this is that many of those organizations did not know what was involved. The PTTs were much bigger, and the cost and importance of the internet was unknown. Now, the internet has become an essential part of every organization's services, so they are taking more control over it. Businesses have needed to optimize their services. For example, if you are a financial service provider, you need really low latency to other financial service providers, or very high availability to those financial service providers, and not just a generic internet access, but targeted services. Slide 3, please. So what's the problem? The problem is that there's growth in the maturity of the need. And this is the main driver for the enterprise networks to manage their own connectivity. And this brings some risks to both them and their existing internet providers. They know that they need more than just transit, but they don't necessarily have the in-house expertise at being an internet network. Their expertise is being a transit customer, which is much easier. And as a transit customer, you send everything to your upstream and you trust your upstream to do the appropriate filtering. And if there are any issues, there is a system in place to resolve these issues. Now, there is more than one vendor. You are now peering at links or LONAP or whichever IXP is relevant to your organization. And, the vendor and their peers expect you to know things. They expect you to know things and you may not know them. Slide 4, please. So now getting from one place to another for an ISP is your cost of business. But if you can peer, you can do that more cheaply and lower your cost. Obviously, there are different kinds of lowering cost, but IXPs lower cost across the board, including transit cost, but they are now operational cost. The cost of the business is not latency or transit, but operational in that it's the cost in expertise. Now that these organizations are peering on their own, they have technical teams, but these technical teams may not have the internet engineering experience, and there might be things that they don't know. For example, they may need to have a working abuse system. There is also a reputational risk, as it's fundamental that these enterprise networks maintain their credibility as part of the internet infrastructure system. On the other hand, you also need to decide who you're going to peer with, and depending on the type of service you're offering. And as every peering session needs to be monitored, these businesses need to be very careful about who they're peering with. Otherwise, this results in an increase in cost by hiring more people. Additionally, also, an ordinary network will be taking on a risk by peering with a new organization, as this organization may not have the cultural background that an internet historical network will have. They are more likely to have less likely to have standard procedures and more likely to have outages. Slide 5, please. So what is the solution to this? And this is why we have introduced the Peering Toolbox, which is a new service for the community by the community. Slide 6, please. So what is the Peering Toolbox? It's a community-focused EuroIX project. It was created with organizations such as Lynx, NAP Africa, Microsoft, Amazon, and INEX. And the idea of the peering toolbox is to identify and develop the key areas of knowledge and skills that are useful for peering coordinators, and also develop and bring together various tools that will help to upskill those who are in or new entrants to the peering industry on the best practices and to provide various how-to guides. Slide 7, please. So with the peering toolbox, we are acknowledging that there's already a lot of good work out there by the community. And what we are hoping to do is to fill in the gaps in practical information and peering. It's not to have a commentary on what's good or what isn't. We're not creating a peering Bible. What we are doing is making all the good work that's already out there by the community available in one place. So we also want to shout out James Bensley, who has sent us a great document on how to make decisions. And we are hoping to integrate that into the Peering Toolbox website very soon. So if you also have good material on peering practices, please do get in contact with us with the Peering Toolbox team. Our email is on the slide. We'll be very happy to have a chat with you about, what you have, and then link that material on the Peering Toolbox website. Slide 8, please. We're also in the process of creating a Peering Academy. And what this Peering Academy will do is to create a learning structure for new entrants to follow and discover what they need to learn to make the best decisions for their network. So this structure will cater to whatever level that you're at, whether it's beginner, intermediate, or advanced. We're also going to use the IXPDB to see the types of networks that are connected, which will help give some insight into their knowledge. We are looking to build up the Peering Toolbox team. So if you're interested, if anything that I've said has been interesting to you, or you would like more information on the Peering Toolbox, please do contact us. As I've said, the email is on the slide, and we'll be very happy to have a chat with you. Slide 9, please. So with that, I conclude this presentation, and I'm open for any questions. Thank you.
While Brandon links us up with Rebecca live, just a reminder, there is a poll in Mattermost. Please do rate the talks. It's very useful feedback for both the speakers and the programme committee. If we do have any questions, please do come up, or again, type in the Mattermost channel and Ben will raise your question. Do we have any questions for Rebecca about the peering toolkit and EuroIX's strategy there? No questions on the stream? Nothing yet? None in the room? In which case, I think we'll call time and say thank you very much, Rebecca. Thank you for sharing what EuroIX is doing. Again, we're a little ahead of schedule. We will... Oh, a question has just come in. Go on.
So Peter Hessler asks, this project sounds like something I would have loved to have access to when I started doing networking. Is there information already available to look at?
Yes, there is. There's some information already on the Peering Toolbox website, and I can put that in the UKNOF chat in a minute. But, a lot of good work has been done already. So we've already got some material from RIPE NCC, DKIX, and some other organisations, NAP Africa. So we're just gathering all the information that's relevant to enterprise networks for peering coordinators as well. So it will all be in one place. So we do have some information on there already, but we're hoping to develop this in a very structural way for everyone to access the information in an easier manner. I hope that answers the question.
I think it does. Just there's a transmission time between the web stream, which I assume Peter is listening on, but thank you.
Thank you, Rebecca.